Part 3 of Believe in Yourself. Listen, folks, every day there's a struggle with everyone in someone's life. Remember who you are, and remember how things come along to be. This is Failure is a Teacher.
A mere 7 years after my graduation day, I had failed on an epic scale. An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded, and I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. The fears that my parents had had for me and that I had had for myself had both come to pass, and by every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that failure is fun. That period of my life was a dark one. Ultimately, we all have to decide for ourselves what constitutes failure. But the world is quite eager to give you a set of criteria if you let it. So why do I talk about the benefits of failure? Simply because failure meant a stripping away of the inessential. I stopped pretending to myself that I was anything other than what I was, and began to direct all my energy into finishing the only work that mattered to me. Had I really succeeded at anything else, I might never have found the determination to succeed in the one arena where I believed I truly belonged. And so rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. But some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Failure gave me an inner security that I had never attained by passing examinations. Failure taught me things about myself that I could have learned no other way. I discovered that I had a strong will, and more discipline than I had suspected. I also found out that I had friends whose value was truly above the price of rubies. The knowledge that you have emerged wiser and stronger from setbacks means that you are, ever after, secure in your ability to survive. You will never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both have been tested by adversity. Such knowledge is a true gift for all that it is painfully won, and it has been worth more than any qualification I ever earned. So given a time turner, I would tell my 21-year-old self that personal happiness lies in knowing that life is not a checklist of acquisition or achievement. Your qualifications, your CV, are not your life, though you will meet many people of my age and older who confuse the two. Life is difficult and complicated and beyond anyone's total control, and the humility to know that will enable you to survive its vicissitudes.
Don't forget who you are and who you will be. I love every one of y'all. Please remember, hit the subscribe button.
In life, we don't get what we deserve all the time.
I'll let you hear this last one for reality.
And Alexander the Great once said, man's immortality is not living forever. Every moment free from fear makes man immortal. You know, Harvard Business School asked their students when they were graduating, what would you rather have when you graduate for a salary? Scenario A, and all dollars are constant. Scenario A is you make $160,000 upon graduation, and the rest of the students in the cohort, on average, get $150,000. Scenario B is you make $200,000, and the rest of the students, on average, get $220,000. What do you think they chose? 87% chose A. Now, you would think these are some of the smartest kids in the world, right? You would think that they're brilliant, they're going to Harvard Business School, they learned about money, and yet they chose the lesser economics. Because they're more focused on having versus having not. They're more focused in terms of your win is my loss and vice versa, when actually abundance changes everything. Abundance comes from a place of confidence. Scarcity comes from a place of fear. Breaking yourself of that type of thinking will change your life and change your world. In life, we don't get what we deserve all the time. We get what we expect. Researchers went to a first grade class, and they tested all the students and did an IQ test. And in that IQ test, they asked everybody, and they told the teacher, you're not allowed to talk to the students about this. You're not allowed to tell the parents. We're going to observe you for a full year, and you have to sign a contract of confidentiality on who gets the highest scores. Of the 30 students tested, 5 got genius level, more than 140 IQ scores. 5 students. So for the course of the next year, they monitored the class. They monitored the teacher. And at the end of the year, they came back and tested all the students to see if there were any variations or differences in the outcomes. Who do you think got the 5 highest scores? The 5 genius students. No great surprise, except that that wasn't the true nature and subject of the research. The true subject of the research was that they lied to the teacher. None of the students the year before had actually been tested as gifted. Her expectation that those 5 students at a subconscious level, and she really did follow the rules, led those 5 students to get the highest scores. When you break yourself of fear, your thoughts go on forever. In life, we don't get what we deserve all the time. We get what we expect.
I hope you appreciate those 2 spiral speeches. Those 2 spiral speeches were probably one of the best speeches I've heard since I was a kid. And now, let's see, in about another 30 minutes to an hour, I will be playing Back for Blood. And we're going to get with some people and do some collabs and stuff on there. So I want you to check that out and see me shoot some zombies. Also, I'll be doing more tonight. There'll be a second 2-part of this series tomorrow night. And please, don't forget to check out all my new playlist I have down there for all my gaming and everything else. And all my TikToks I've been reacting to and just posting for y'all to see. You could see them for who they are and who they be. So therefore, let's get this going. Alright, folks. And please don't forget to follow and don't forget to subscribe, because when the more people that subscribe to me, the more I can reach my message out to everyone that I love, every one of y'all, and I want to be there for every one of y'all. This series right here is meant for your mental health. Don't forget that. Copyright is out. Thank you.